Good morning to all. This is Dr. Padma, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today's topic is non-ideal effects on the barrier height. In previous topic, we have discussed about the Schottky barrier diet. So today we will discuss about the non-ideal effects on the Schottky barrier height. The topics to be covered in this session are Schottky barrier lowering, interface states, and current voltage relationship. These Schottky barrier lowering and interface states are the parameters to affect the barrier height. So in that, the several effects alter the actual Schottky barrier height from the theoretical value. So something, if theoretical value is for example 0.70 electron volts, then the experimental value will be 0.65 or 0.60. That means here the theoretical value is different from the experimental value. Here several effects are responsible to alter the actual Schottky barrier height from the theoretical value. So here there is a deviation in between the theoretical value and experimental value. So the factors are, first one is the Schottky barrier lowering. So Schottky barrier lowering, which is also called as the image force induced lowering. So this is the parameter which influences the Schottky barrier height. It decreases the Schottky barrier height, and other parameter is interface states. So these two parameters affect the barrier height. So these two parameters are responsible for lowering of the Schottky barrier height. So first one is the Schottky barrier lowering. So the first effect, which is known as the Schottky effect, which is also called as the image force induced lowering of the potential barrier. So an electron in a dielectric material at a distance x from the metal will create an electric field. So Schottky barrier diode means when a metal, this is the metal, this is the semiconductor. When a metal is intimate with the semiconductor, it forms the metal semiconductor junction, which is also known as the Schottky barrier diode. So when a metal is in contact with the intimate with the semiconductor, it forms the metal semiconductor junction, which is called as the Schottky barrier diode. So an electron in a dielectric material at a distance x from the metal will create an electric field. So as can be seen from this figure, here the electron at a distance from x, it will create the electric field. So this is the dielectric material, this is the metal. So an electron at the distance x will create some electric field. So the electric field can be determined by adding an image charge, that is plus E. So here the electric field can be determined by adding some image charge, that is plus E, inside the metal. The metal is located at a distance x from the interface. So the metal is located at some distance, the distance is x from the interface. So this effect is shown in this figure. So image charge and electric field lines at this is the metal and dielectric interface. So note that the electric field lines are perpendicular to the metal surface. So here the electric lines are perpendicular to the metal surface. So the electric field can be determined by adding an image charge plus E inside the metal located at some distance. The distance will be x, that is x from the interface. So the electric field lines are perpendicular to the metal surface as we expect. So the force on the electron due to Coulomb attraction with the image force is F equal to minus E squared by 4 pi epsilon s into 2x whole square, that equal to minus E into E, where E is the electric field. So here electric field value is E by 4 pi epsilon s into 2x whole square, that will be the electric field E. So the force on the electron due to Coulomb attraction with the image force, that force F equal to minus E square by 4 pi epsilon s into 2x whole square, that equal to minus E into E, where E value is E by 4 pi epsilon s 2x whole square, that is the electric field, that is equation 1. So the potential can be found as minus pi of x equal to plus integral x to infinity E into dx dash, that equal to plus x integral x to infinity. E value is E by 4 pi epsilon s into 2x whole square, that can be written as E by 4 pi epsilon s into 4x dash whole square into dx dash, that equal to minus E divided by 16 pi epsilon s into x, that is equation 2. So where x is the integration variable and where we have assumed that the potential is 0 at x equal to infinity. At x equal to infinity, the potential is 0. So the force on the electron due to Coulomb attraction with the image force is given by the force F equal to minus E square by 4 pi epsilon s into 2x whole square, that equal to minus E into E, that is equation 1. So the potential can be defined as minus pi of x equal to plus of integral x to infinity E into dx dash equal to plus integral x to infinity E by 4 pi epsilon s into 4x dash whole square into dx dash, that equal to minus E by 16 pi epsilon s into x, where x is the integration variable and where we have assumed that the potential is 0 at x equal to infinity. So the potential energy of the electron is minus E into pi of x. Minus E into pi of x is the potential energy of the electrons. So here the figure shows that the plot of potential energy assume that there is no other electric field exists. So in this figure there is no electric field exists. The potential energy should be minus E into pi of x. So here the figure represents the distortion of the potential barrier due to image forces with zero electric field. Here the electric field is 0, but there is a distortion of potential barrier that is due to the image forces, that is also known as the Schottky barrier lowering. So with an electric field present in the dielectric, the potential is modified and can be written as, so here minus pi of x is the potential, that equal to minus E divided by 16 pi epsilon s into x minus Ex, that is equation 3. So the potential energy of the electron is E into minus pi of x. Here the figure shows the distortion of the potential barrier due to image forces with the zero electric field. So here the potential is minus pi of x equal to minus E divided by 16 pi epsilon s into x minus Ex, where E is the electric field, x is the distance of electron which is located from the interface, epsilon s is the permittivity of the semiconductor. So this figure shows the constant electric field. The previous figure shows the zero electric field. Here the figure represents the constant electric field. Here E pi Bn is the barrier height. E pi Bn is the barrier height. So here delta pi is the surface potential. X is the distance. Xm is the distance to the metal, pi b naught is the barrier height at x equal to 0. Here Ef is the Fermi level. Ef is the Fermi level. E of x is the electric field, function of electric field. So the potential energy of the electron including the effect of constant electric field. Here the electric field is constant. That figure is shown in this diagram. So the peak potential barrier is now lowered. This is the peak potential barrier. This potential barrier is lowered due to the image force. So this lowering of the potential barrier is the Schottky effect. So the lowering of the potential barrier is known as the Schottky effect. So this is the influences the Schottky barrier height of the given metal semiconductor junction or Schottky barrier diode, which is also called as the image force induced lowering. So the potential energy of the electron including the effect of constant electric field is shown in this figure. Here the peak of the potential barrier is now lowered. This lowering of the potential barrier is known as the Schottky lowering effect or image force induced lowering. So these Schottky effect or image force or reduces the Schottky barrier height of the given metal semiconductor junction or Schottky barrier diode. We can find the Schottky barrier lowering, that is delta pi, and the position of the maximum barrier is xm. Xm is the position of the maximum barrier from the condition, that is d into e of pi of x by dx equal to 0. That is equation 4. We find that xm is the maximum barrier distance. Xm equal to square root of e by 16 pi epsilon s into e. So that is equation 5. That is the potential barrier, maximum barrier, xm equal to square root of e by 16 pi epsilon s into e, that is equation 5. So delta pi is the Schottky barrier lowering. Schottky barrier lowering. Delta pi is known as the Schottky barrier lowering. So delta pi equal to square root of e into e by 4 pi epsilon s, where epsilon s is the permittivity of the semiconductor. So figure 2 shows the measured barrier height in a gallium arsenide sample. If you take gallium arsenide and silicon, 2 samples, gallium arsenide and silicon, these are the 2 samples. These are the Schottky diodes are fabricated with this gallium arsenide and silicon as a function of metal work function. Here the x-axis shows the metal work function pi m. Metal work function pi m. So metal work function means the energy is needed to remove the electron from the metal surface is known as the metal work function. This is the function of the Schottky barrier height for silicon and gallium arsenide. So here different metals are taken. Those are magnesium, aluminum, silver, tungsten, palladium, gold and platinum. Here the metal work function for platinum is highest. Platinum has the highest metal work function. So there is a monatomic relation between the measured barrier height and the metal work function, but the curves do not fit the simple work function, simple relation. So the Schottky barrier height should be dependent on the metal work function. That's why here we plotted the measured Schottky barrier height for the 2 samples. Those are silicon and gallium arsenide with respect to the metal work function for different metals as shown in this figure. So there is a monoatomic relation between the measured barrier height and the metal work function, but the curves do not fit with the simple relation. So second factor is the interface states. So interface states are also influenced, which is also decreases the Schottky barrier height, Schottky barrier height. So the figure shows the energy band diagram of the metal semiconductor with the interfacial layer and interface states. These blue lines shows the interface states. That is represented as QSS, which is also written as DIT or NSS. These are the density of interface states or interface state density NSS, or which is denoted by NSS or DIT. Both are same. Both are represents the interface state density or density of interface states. So here pi naught is the zero barrier height, pi n is the barrier height. This is the n-type semiconductor. So n-type semiconductor. So V oxide is the potential. Oxide layer potential. So pi bn is the barrier height. Here pi m is the metal work function. Pi m is the metal work function. So this distance will give the metal work function. So chi is the electron affinity. So VBI is the built-in potential. And EZ is the energy gap. This is the energy band diagram of the metal semiconductor junction with interfacial layer and interface states. So the barrier height of the metal semiconductor junction is determined both the metal work function and the semiconductor surface or interface states. So the barrier height should be dependent on the metal work function. So depends on the metal work function. Here metal work functions are different for different metals. So we can select the proper work function of the metals to fabricate the metal semiconductor junction. Here the interface states are also influences the Schottky barrier height. So a more detailed energy band diagram of the metal n-type semiconductor contact in thermal equilibrium. So this is the thermal equilibrium. So while fabricating the metal semiconductor junction, during the fabrication process or during the deposition of the metals on the semiconductor, there is a thin oxide layer will be formed in between the metal and the semiconductor. So this is called oxide layer. So this thin oxide layer, while the fabrication process, a very thin oxide layer is formed in between the metal and semiconductor. So this oxide layer produces the interface states. These interface states decreases the Schottky barrier height. So here delta is the thickness of the interfacial layer. Delta is the thickness of the interfacial layer. So these oxide layer, so that very thin oxide layer is formed in between the metal and the semiconductor while deposition process or while fabricating process. During that process, this interfacial layer which influences the Schottky barrier height, which decreases the experimental Schottky barrier height whenever we compared with the theoretical value. We assume that a narrow interfacial layer or insulator layer exists in between the metal and semiconductors. So we are assuming that a narrow interfacial layer this is acting as a insulating layer in between the metal and semiconductor. So the interfacial layer can support a potential difference but will be transparent to the flow of electrons between the metal and semiconductor. So we are assuming that there is an interfacial layer is formed in between the metal and semiconductor. So this interfacial layer can support a potential difference but it will be transparent to the flow of electrons between the metal and semiconductor. So the semiconductor also shows a distribution of surface states at the metal semiconductor interface. So the semiconductor also shows a distribution of surface states at the metal semiconductor interface. So we assume that all the states below the surface potential pi naught. So here this is the surface potential pi naught. So all the states above are the acceptor states. All the states below states are the donor states. So we are assuming that all the states below the surface potential pi naught are the donor states, which will be neutral if the state contains an electron and positively charged if the state does not contain any electron. So we are assuming that all the states below the surface potential pi naught. So below the surface potential pi naught, all the states are the donor states. All the states are the donor states below the potential pi naught. So which will be neutral if the state contains an electron. If the states contains electron, it will be neutral and it will be positively charged if the state does not contain an electron. So if the states does not contain an electron means it is positively charged. If the state contains electron means it is a neutral. We also assume that the states above pi naught are the acceptor states. These are the acceptor states. Above states are the acceptor states, below states are the donor states. So we also assume that all the states above pi naught are the acceptor states, which will be neutral if the state does not contain an electron. So if the states does not contain electron means which is neutral, an electron, and if it is negative charge if the state contains electrons. So in above condition, if the state contains an electron means it is neutral. So if it is positively charged means if the state does not contain electrons. If the states does not contain electrons means it is positively charged. So this is the opposite condition. We also assume that all the states pi naught above are the acceptor states, which will be neutral if the state does not contain an electron, and it is negatively charged if the state contains electron. So Some accepted states above pi naught and below EF. The above pi naught are the accepted states, below pi naught are the donor states. So these states tend to contain electrons and are negatively charged. So we may assume that the surface state density is constant and equal to dAt. So dAt is also called as the surface state density or interface state density. So units are electron volt centimeter square. Electron volt centimeter square. So we may assume that the surface state density is a constant and equal to dAt. So the relation between the surface potential and the surface state density and other semiconductor parameter is found to be Eg minus E pi naught minus E pi Bn, where pi naught is the surface potential, Eg is the energy gap, pi Bn is the barrier height for n-type semiconductors. So the relation between the surface potential, surface state density and other semiconductor parameter is given as Eg minus E pi naught minus E pi Bn equal to 1 by E dit square root of 2 E into epsilon s into Nd into pi Bn minus pi n, where Nd is the donor concentration, and pi Bn minus pi n minus epsilon I by E dit into delta is the interfacial layer thickness into pi m is the metal work function minus chi is the electron affinity plus pi Bn. This is the relation between the surface potential, surface state density and other semiconductor parameter can be written as Eg minus E pi naught minus E pi Bn equal to 1 by E dit square root of 2 into E epsilon s Nd into pi Bn minus pi n minus epsilon I. So here epsilon I is the permittivity of the insulating layer. So epsilon I is the permittivity of the insulating layer divided by E into dAt. dAt is the surface state density or interface state density into delta. Delta is the thickness of the interfacial layer into pi m minus chi plus pi Bn. That is equation 1, where Nd is the donor concentration. We consider two limiting cases. First one is the dAt tends to infinity. So interface state density or surface state density dAt tends to infinity. So in this case, the right side of the equation 1 goes to 0. Then remaining one is pi Bn equal to 1 by E into Eg minus E into pi naught. That is equation 2. So if dAt tends to infinity, the right side of the equation 1 will be 0. Then we have only pi Bn equal to 1 by E into Eg minus E pi naught. That is equation 2. So the barrier height is now fixed by the band gap energy and the potential. So here barrier height is depends on the energy gap and the surface potential pi naught. So the barrier height is totally independent of the metal work function. So in this case there is no metal work function. That's why here the barrier height is totally independent of the metal work function and the semiconductor electron affinity. So it will not dependent on pi m and chi. Pi m is the metal work function and chi is the electron affinity. So the Fermi level becomes pinned at the surface potential pi naught. Here the Fermi level will be pinned at the surface, that is surface potential pi naught. So first case is dAt tends to infinity. So dAt tends to infinity means the equation 1 becomes pi Bn equal to 1 by E into minus Eg minus E pi naught. Here the barrier height is fixed or the barrier height depends only on the band gap on the surface potential. So here the barrier height is totally independent of the metal work function and the semiconductor electron affinity. So the Fermi level becomes pinned at the surface. So second case is dAt delta tends to 0. First case is dAt tends to infinity. Second case is dAt delta tends to 0. So the equation 1 will be pi Bn equal to pi m minus chi, which is the original ideal expression. So this is the expression for the Barrier height pi bn equal to pi m minus chi. That means the difference between the metal work function and the electron affinity. So pi bn equal to pi m minus chi, which is the original ideal expression. So the Schottky barrier height is a function of electric field in the semiconductor through the barrier lowering effect. So the barrier height is also function of surface states in the semiconductor. So the Schottky barrier height is a function of the electric field in the semiconductor through the barrier lowering effect. So the barrier height is also a function of surface states in the semiconductor. So that is here the barrier height then is modified from the ideal theoretical value. Why? Because the surface state density is not predictable with any degree of certainty. So here there is no prediction of the surface state density as accuracy. So the barrier height must be an experimentally determined parameter. So here the Schottky barrier height can be determined from experimental results. So the surface state density is not predictable with any degree of the certainty. That's why the barrier height must be an experimentally determined parameter. Second one is the current voltage relationships. So the current transport in a metal semiconductor junction is due to mainly the majority carrier. The majority carriers are opposite to the minority carriers in the PN junction. So the carrier transport or the current transport in a metal semiconductor is only due to the majority charge carriers. So majority charge carriers, those are opposite to the minority carriers in a PN junction. So the basic process in the rectifying contacts with n-type semiconductor is by transport of electrons over the potential barrier. Here the electrons are transport over the potential barrier, which can be described by the thermionic emission theory. So in metal semiconductor junction, the carrier transport can be determined by using the thermionic emission theory. So the basic process in the rectifying contacts with n-type semiconductor is by the transport of electrons over the potential barrier. Here the electrons are crossed over the potential barrier. The potential barrier is formed in between the metal semiconductor junction, which can be described by using the thermionic emission theory. So which is also called as the TE theory. So the thermionic emission characteristics are divided by assuming that the barrier height is much larger than the carrier height. So here the barrier height pi Bn is much greater than the kT. So this is the thermionic emission. So the thermionic emission characteristics are derived by assuming that the barrier height is much greater than kT. So the Maxwell-Boltzmann approximation applies to the thermal equilibrium, which is not affected by this process. So the figure shows the one-dimensional barrier with an applied forward bias voltage VA. VA is the forward bias voltage and two electron current density components. Here two electron current densities are there. First one is the Jm2s and second one is the Js2m. So the energy band diagram of the forward bias metal semiconductor junction, including the image lowering effect. Here already we know that VA is the forward bias voltage, VBI is the built-in potential, EC is the conduction band, EF is the Fermi level, EV is the valence band. Here delta pi is the surface potential, pi Bn is the barrier height. Here two current densities are there. First one is the Jm2s, second one is the Js2m. So these are the first one is the current density of the electrons from metal to semiconductors, that is called Jm2s. So Js2m means the current density of electrons from semiconductor to metal. So here two current density components are there. First one is the Jm2s, second one is the Js2m. So the current Js2m is the electron current density due to the flow of electrons from the semiconductor to metal. So here the Js2m represents the flow of electrons from the semiconductor to the metal, and the second one Jm2s is the electron current density due to the flow of electrons from the metal to semiconductors. So this is the flow of electrons from the metal into the semiconductor Jm2s. So the subscript of the currents indicate that the direction of the electron flow. So here the subscript Js2m or m2s represents the current, indicates the direction of the electron flow. So the conventional current direction is opposite to the current flow. Here the conventional current direction is opposite to the electron flow. So the current density J(S2m) is a function of concentration of electrons which have x-directed velocities sufficient to overcome the barrier. We may write that J(S2m) equal to E into integral of EC dash to infinity nu x into dA. So the current density J(S2m) is a function of the concentration of electrons which have x-directed velocities sufficient to overcome the potential barrier. That can be written as J(S2m) equal to E into integral EC dash into infinity Vx dN. That is equation 1. Where EC is the minimum energy required for the thermionic emission into the metal. Vx is the carrier velocity in the direction of the transport, and E is the magnitude of electronic charge. The incremental electron concentration can be written as, where EC is the minimum energy required for the thermionic emission into the metal. Vx is the carrier velocity and E is the charge of electrons. So the incremental electronic concentration can be written as dN equal to Gc of E f of E d. That is equation 2. So dN equal to G of E f of E d, where Gc of E is the density of states in the conduction band. So Gc of E is the density of states in the conduction band, and f of E is the Fermi-Dirac probability function. So f of E is the Fermi-Dirac probability function. Assuming that Maxwell-Boltzmann approximation applies, we can write as dN equal to 4 pi 2 ml star whole power 3 by 2 divided by h cube into square root of E minus EC exponential of minus E minus EF by kT into D. That is equation 3. So Mn star is the effective mass of the electrons for n-type semiconductors. So if all of the electron energy above EC is assumed to be kinetic energy. So the electron energy above EC. So above EC is assumed to be the kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy, generally we can write half mv square. Here we can write half mn star v square, that equal to E minus EC. So the net current density in the metal to semiconductor junction can be written as the difference between the current density from semiconductor to metal minus the current density from metal to semiconductor. That is equation 5. So which is defined to be positive in the direction of the metal to semiconductor. So if the electron can be flow from metal to semiconductor, it can be taken as positive. We can find that J equal to A star T square exponential of minus E pi Bn by kT into exponential of E Va by kT minus 1 by assuming the thermionic emission theory. So this is the equation for current density by using the thermionic emission theory. J equal to A star T square into exponential of minus E pi Bn by kT into exponential of E Va by kT minus 1, where A star is the Richardson constant. So the Richardson constant is different for different semiconductors. So A star value is 4 pi mn star E into k square by h cube, where A star is called as the Richardson constant. So the parameter A star is called as the effective Richardson constant for thermionic emission. In equation 7 can be written in the usual diode, J equal to J of St exponential of EVA by kT minus 1. This is the equation for the current density, where JST is the reverse saturation current density. So JST is the reverse saturation current density. So JST equal to A star T square exponential of minus E pi Bn by kT. That is the current density. Reverse saturation current density JST equal to A star T square into exponential of minus E pi Bn by kT. So we may recall the Schottky barrier height pi Bn changes because the image force lowering. So already we discussed that image force lowering influences the Schottky barrier height, which decreases the Schottky barrier height. So pi bn equal to delta pi b naught minus delta p. So zero barrier height minus surface potential. Then the equation 9 can be written as JST equal to a star t square exponential of minus e pi b naught by kt into exponential of e delta pi by kt. So the change in the barrier height will increase with an increase in the electric field. So the change in the barrier height will be increased with increasing the electric field or with an increase in the applied reverse bias voltage. So if increase the reverse bias voltage, there is a change in the Schottky barrier height. So figure shows a typical reverse biased current voltage characteristics of a Schottky barrier diode. So here y-axis represents the reverse saturation current or reverse current. VR is the reverse bias voltage. So here two lines are shown. So the blue one shows the experimental result and the black one shows the theoretical result. Compared to theoretical result, there is a deviation in the experimental result. So the figure shows the typical reverse biased current voltage characteristics of a Schottky barrier diode. So the reverse biased current increases with reverse biased voltage because of the barrier lowering effect. So here the reverse biased current increases with increasing of the reverse biased voltage. So the figure also shows the Schottky barrier diode going to break down. So this is the experimental and theoretical reverse biased currents in the platinum, silicon and silicon diode. So platinum, silicon and silicon diode. For the experimental and theoretical results, the comparison of the experimental and theoretical results for the platinum, silicon and silicon diodes. That is the current voltage relationship. So these are the references for the semiconductor physics. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.